I was asked to tell the Jim Bernhard story, and we're going to go through that really quick. I'm really not comfortable with telling a story about myself because that means I'm at the end, and I don't feel like I'm at the end. I'm pleased to I see a lot of friends out here, business associates and leaders here we have today from the Baton Rouge community. We're going to talk a little bit about what I've been able to accomplish with our team, Jeff Jenkins and Jeff Kuntz, along with Shaw. But I want to get really quickly into where I think we need to have a different story, a different outlook than what we need to do in Baton Rouge, okay? This is probably not a feel-good speech, so if you're expecting a speech where it tells you how good we are and we're doing great and everybody kind of does a little kumbaya, finish your dessert and head on out the door. I started Shaw in 1987. It took me 10 years through a 401k plan to save $75,000. We started with a small fabrication company and we grew it to a Fortune 500 global service company with significant engineering, construction, environmental, fabrication, manufacturing throughout the world. Acquisitions was a core competency of ours, as well as the growth throughout the globe. I mean, we bought Stone & Webster, 100-year-old engineering company in the year 2000, environmental infrastructure companies, etc. We grew Shaw to over 25,000 people. 10 years to save $75,000. And people tell me, well, Jim, that wasn't a lot of money. It's when you're playing poker and you're all in, it's a lot of money. And that was all. We had 150 locations throughout the globe. We did over $7 billion in sales, and from the year 2000 through 2012, we did over $59 billion in services globally. People doing work for others. $59 billion. So don't tell me what we can not do in Baton Rouge. This was predominantly a Baton Rouge team who grew that company. $59 billion. So many times here, we shoot here. We don't shoot for the stars. We don't even shoot for the top of the buildings. We can, but we need to think we can. I know I only got 28 minutes. Let me move on here. So that was sold for $3.1 billion. Okay, we got a little left. All right. But then what's next? Okay. So I thought about that. I said, well, you know, maybe I could go to the beach. Trust me, bored out of my mind. That's not going to happen. And then my wife had a suggestion that I could go grocery shopping and pick up clothes at the cleaners. Hell no, I ain't doing that either. I guess I shouldn't have cussed. I guess I was one of those Trumpian things, you know. But anyway. So about 5 years ago, my partner, Jeff Jenkins and I were starting a private equity company. And what a private equity company does basically is take our investors' money who trust us to do the right things with it, invest in companies that we think are good, and help and consolidate them to become great. So what we do is invest in companies and build businesses. That's what we do. And we are the largest private equity company from Houston to Atlanta to Tampa. Basically the largest private equity company in the South, from a rented office 5 years ago at 2 City Plaza. Don't tell me what we can't do. But I'll be honest with you, it was a difficult decision to stay in Baton Rouge. We're here because we want to be here. There's no reason for us to be here. It's more difficult to be here. We have to recruit people. The other day, we had a hard time recruiting. We were successful. But we had a hard time recruiting somebody from Chicago because of our crime rate. I mean, think about that. I mean, it's funny, but there's 102 reasons out there of murders last year, homicides. That's no laughing matter. I don't mean to tell you this was not a fun speech. I tell you this was the real world. So the past 5 years, we've quietly gone about and we've done our work, okay? Well, it was kind of nice. I didn't have to give speeches. I wasn't a Fortune 500 company. Jim, you have to do this because you're a publicly traded company. I go to the office, just do our work quietly. Jeff Kuntz, Jenkins, and the rest of our team. What have we accomplished? We've placed $750 million invested into companies throughout the United States, many in Louisiana. In fact, in Louisiana, with the companies we've created and purchased, invested in, we began 5 years ago with approximately 4 years ago with 1,000 employees, and today in Louisiana, we have over 5,000 employees in our portfolio companies. And I don't know of a company, these aren't companies that we acquired and just happen to have people work for. These are jobs we actually created. I looked the other day and we invested in 3 of the top 10 companies in Baton Rouge. Brown and Root, Bernhard, MCC, and Epic. They're 3 of the top 10. That's true. We have over 15,000 employees in our portfolio companies. 15,000, 5 years. But we're not done creating jobs. In the next 36 months, we plan to invest $4 to $5 billion in new companies, existing companies. $4 to $5 billion we plan to invest. I don't know of any company in the last 5 years that's created more jobs or will create more jobs than our small private equity company composing of 21 people in downtown Baton Rouge. That's it. That's the Jim Bernhard story. Now, let's move on. Let's talk about the real story I came here to speak to today. Last week, I had the honor of speaking to the Baton Rouge Business Report's Leadership Power Breakfast. I don't know why they call it the Power Breakfast. That's kind of, I guess someone thinks there's some power in the room. I know I caught a few people by surprise with my comments. You know, I referred to Baton Rouge as a good city, not a great city. Okay, let me say it again. We're not a great city. You know, I just said it, you just heard it, and apparently we got it on video now. You know, when it comes to our city's population, Baton Rouge has grown 1/30th the rate of Austin, Texas in the last 10 years. People say we're never going to be Austin. Well, I'll read those comments online. But what about we've grown 1/12? We're talking about capital cities, 1/12 that of Tallahassee, Florida. Okay. Less than half of Columbia, South Carolina. Come on, guys. There's no more excuses. There's no more excuses. I mean, pick a capital city. I tried to find one. Let's take U.S. News and World Report. Let's just try to focus on the South. And let's look at education. We have Georgia first, Alabama, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. Okay, fair enough. The Fortune 1000 is the top largest 1,000 publicly traded companies in the United States. Let's see how that companies go to where education and infrastructure and crime is low. And let's compare it to education. In Georgia, has 29 Fortune 1000 companies. Okay, well, Georgia's bigger. Alabama has 10 Fortune 1000 companies. Arkansas has 10. Baton Rouge has 2. Louisiana has 2, and Mississippi has 1. We always say thank God for Mississippi, but it's not funny. I just read an article today that now we're bottom. So, and we talk about Alabama. We talk about, we forget this, we're not even beating them in football or basketball. That's all right. But 10 years ago, in retrospective, Alabama had 24,000 students at the University of Alabama. Today they have 48,000. 10 years ago we had 28,000. Today we have 30,000, 1/7 as good as Alabama. So not only are they beating us in sport, they're beating us in academically as well. Let's go over that again. 25 to 48,000, 28 to 30,000. You know, I can't see how we're successful there. I want to offer apology today to Representative Carter. He went out there and he put it out there to have revenue to fix our infrastructure. And I personally failed you by not coming knocking on your door to help you. It'll never happen again. Whether you ask for help or not, it's coming. Thank you for your effort. I said it, I mean it, and it's on TV, okay? You know, we haven't invested in our infrastructure. We're so far behind. 35 states have increased their gasoline tax. But here in Louisiana, for those who seem more content to complain, in Baton Rouge, we have the worst traffic. Beside India, we have the worst traffic I can imagine. And anybody who comes from outside this state and says we don't need to raise taxes, we don't need to do this to fix infrastructure, they don't drive to downtown Baton Rouge. They must fly in and fly out. But if you drive from Highland Road and go to downtown, you know we got to have something done. You know, somebody told me the other day, well, Shreveport, they got 3 loops. You pass through Shreveport and you're going to Dallas, you're going here. Transportation's not an issue. They asked me, what about Baton Rouge? I said, we have Fruit Loops. Well, we don't have any loops around that. Fruit Loops. You know? And by breakfast time, those are gone too. Let's talk about crime. 10 years when I spoke in front of the Power Breakfast, they had 60 people murdered. Last year we had over 100. A lot of times in Baton Rouge, we're afraid to go to certain places at night that we used to think were safe. Superior Grill and Government. A lot of people don't want to go there. Superior Grill's a great place. I go there. Please don't. But people are a little nervous, and maybe that's why they have a detail in the parking lot. We used to not have to do that. We wonder why we can't recruit businesses to Baton Rouge. Why they don't. Fortune 500 companies, Fortune 1000 companies, they look at incentives as lagniappe, a little bit extra. But they look where they're going to send and hire their employees to work. And it has to be a place where they want to come, where they want to be there, where they recruit great people, where great people are being educated at LSU. That's the fuel to make their companies grow. The triple-digit murder rate has to change. It must change. You know, we have to expect more from ourselves as our leaders in this community because we expect more from everyone else. We're the ones that must set the example. This room has the resources to change things. In the past several days, I've had a several-hour meeting with Sheriff Gautreaux and our police chief. I think we have good leadership in place. We talked about how we had to be a more cohesive crime-stopping police force. I can't go to town center over here because they're not in the city limits. Believe that. I can't do this and then go around. So I had a commitment from both these individuals that they're going to work together, and I think over the next 3 or 4 weeks, you're going to find some programs that they're actually going to be the same, working in unison, different uniforms, we're going to have the same program as we start to have a cohesive unit. We need all the help we can get, okay, to reduce crime. And the more we can cut down overhead business guy, more we can put community police on the street, the better off we're going to be. Now, a lot of people tell me that it can't work and it won't work. We'll see. We'll see. It will. Okay. I'm here today in front of the Rotary Club of people can make a difference. You know, we plan on investing $4 to $5 billion, not only in this community, but throughout the United States. But unless things change, we'll be investing millions, not billions. We can't. It won't be a good investment. The Rotary four-way test, first time I ever read that too. I liked it. Is it the truth? Well, I think what I just said is the truth as I appreciate it. Is it fair to all concerned? I believe so. Will it build goodwill? I know so. Better friendships? Certainly. Beneficial to all? Positively. I assure you, if we say and do these things I'm describing, it'll pass all four of your tests that y'all all committed to anyway. So in the coming days, weeks, months, you know, I used to just write checks. Okay, fine, just write a check here to y'all. But now I'm going to be involved. I'm going to advance the conversation and see where it goes. Look around the individuals you see here, okay? I see people who have known for decades, who've invested a lot of their personal time making Baton Rouge better. I certainly could have done a better job. I apologize for that. But that stopped last week. No longer am I 100% concentrating on moving the business effort forward. We're going to see what we can do to make the community move forward. I also see a lot of new faces, I'm getting old here, that I don't know, but you know, I look forward to working with you as well. All of you are part of this community in virtue of being in the Rotary Club. You want to be here. You don't have to be here. I know everybody doesn't sell life insurance to everybody and get law firms and kind of do that. I kind of know that might be part of it. Maybe a new maintenance contract, right? So that's okay. That's okay. But there's a lot of other places to do that. You choose to be here. So I hope you choose to help Baton Rouge move forward. Let's talk a little bit about LSU. I graduated from LSU. My wife graduated from LSU. I love LSU. But we're not a great university. Wish we were. Most capital cities have great universities. I mean, Vanderbilt, Nashville, University of Texas, Austin, Raleigh, Duke, Florida, State. We cannot, Steve's going to appreciate this, we cannot rely that our legislatures are going to fund all things for our flagship university. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. There's different plans that we need to move forward with conjunction of LSU to make it a great university. It's not that it can't be, it's that we've chosen a different path. University of Michigan, Clemson University, less than 10% of all their income comes from their state funding. Baton Rouge will never, ever, well, Freddie told me never say never, never say forever, will never, ever be a great city until we have a great university, without question. It's not possible. It's not possible to have a great city and, oh yeah, there's LSU over there. That's just not going to happen. Our infrastructure, we need to fix. Let me read these three quotes to you in closing. Baton Rouge woman ID'd after fatal shooting in car on South Boulevard Friday evening. Developing. 2 dead in triple shooting in Zachary, 2 confirmed dead. One dead, one injured after early morning shooting on Scenic Highway, Baton Rouge Police Department investigating. Sadly, these are not any ordinary quotes. Each of these tweets are from local news reporters, and they all happened last week. 7 days. 7 days. At what point do each of us wake up in the morning and ask ourselves, am I doing everything I can to make our community safer? As Kennedy, Reagan, and Obama said, if not us, who? If not now, when? The senseless violence and loss of life has to stop. We have to stop. 102 reasons. When people say you can't, oh, we can't do this. So as many in this room know, the rest of the Jim Bernhard story, one thing about me, I'm determined, focus on results. Anything worth doing can be measured. And I'm going to do everything in my power to build, implement the solutions that will be required to turn our good city, I love Baton Rouge, by the way, into a great city. I know what the next chapter of my story will say, but it's up to each of you to help as well. And that's the book I look forward to reading. Thank you. Okay, I'm not supposed to do this, but I am anyway. All right, look, I need your help. I need your help right now. Show of hands. Who thinks our roads need to be fixed? Come on, come on. Don't be bashful here. Steve. Right? Pick up the phone and call your councilman on the way out. You all got cell phones and said, look, we need our roads fixed. Can you just do that? I mean, you don't know who he is, just pick a councilman at random. Just pick one. You have no idea. If everybody left this room and called a city councilman or two, they'd go, what the hell's going on? I mean, do it. That's a simple thing. Can you do 15 seconds? If they don't answer your phone, you leave a message. I'm calling about the roads. I just got a flat tire, pothole, whatever. I don't care. How many people graduate from LSU? Come on. Don't be bashful. Go give a little back. Just $100, $50 help. Call Chancellor and say, hey, what can I do for LSU? Call King and say, what can I do for LSU? You have 100 people call me and go, what the hell's going on? They don't get calls like that. How can I help? Go call Sid Gotro and Murphy and say, hey, we got to get better. We can't have this many murders. Just pick up your phone and call. I mean, politicians get calls all the time, but you get 100 people calling in the same day? First thing I said, what did Bernhard tell those people? I didn't tell them anything, not one thing, that you don't already know. We have a high crime rate. LSU's not a great university, right? We already know these things, and we need our roads and infrastructure fixed. Thank you, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have. Okay, they gave me 28 minutes. Okay. We have a huge, 10 years ago, excuse me. Okay, I'm surprised I didn't mention K through 12 schools. I said I only had 28 minutes. Okay, K through 12 schools, huge issue. Idea is businesses need to adopt these schools and make them better. 10 years ago, we graduated, I'm going to get the numbers a little bit off, but 66.2% in 4 years graduated from high school. Now we do 1.5% more, 67. We're nowhere. We're the same as we were 10 years ago. It's a huge issue, okay? It's a huge issue. Education's an issue, infrastructure, and crime. So my question is, why would a Fortune 1000 company come here? Because you gave them 20 or 30 million? Nothing. Not for a big company. Not for a big company.
You said you were going to, in the next phase, get involved. Do you have political aspirations, or what are you going to do?
What am I going to do? I'm going to build a great business. No, look. Never say never, never say forever, but I have no plans to, not that you always use the word plans. No, I'm not running for political office, okay? That's about as firm as you can get. It's on TV again. So, no, we're going to get a group together. You know, Representative Carter, the mayor, the governor, that's 3 people. That's just 3 people. Everyone has to help. Everyone has to just put it out on the line and say, look, man, we're not good enough. It's okay. Everyone already knows. It's not a secret. It's not like something, whoa, I can't believe you said that. You already know, right? All right.
What's your opinion on the St. George Incorporation thing? You know, the separate city of St. George, especially from an educational standpoint.
Yeah, I was thinking about the separate city of St. George and separate city of Zachary and the separate city of Scotlandville and the separate city of Midtown. I mean, look, we're one Baton Rouge, okay? Unless we bring all of us along, we'll never be a better community. Including the least of us, okay? If we don't fix education for everyone, your taxes will go up, crime will go up, and our children will have a bigger problem than we have today.
I'll let you respond to that.
I'll tell anybody. It's on TV, remember?
Thank you for your comments today. Greatly appreciated. You've motivated me. My name is Larissa Stott, and I work at Baton Rouge Community College. We know that education is the answer to it, but not everyone can go to LSU. Not everyone can go to Southern. But there are those who can go to Baton Rouge Community College. However, when they come to our doors, they don't have the means or the resources to pay for education or even for that short-term training that is needed. So with that being said, resources is key. So for those of you who are in the room who may have gone to LSU by way of Baton Rouge Community College, give back to BRCC. We are poised now to develop short-term trainings for individuals who want to go to work, who can secure sustainable incomes, and so that crime will not be an option. But I need your help. You motivated me in a way. I've been here for a year now, and workforce development and education, it is my passion. So I just wanted to tell you thank you. Those things that keep you awake at night are the same things that keep me awake at night. Thank you.
Jim, thank you.
I gave.
Thank you for what
You're a day late.
What role do you see nonprofit organizations playing in this call to action?
I think they need to follow because they haven't led. Sorry. I mean, we're going to get a group of us, 10, 20, 50,000, and need to pick your spot. I want to help on education. I want to help on crime. And Rotary Club, I want to help on fill in blank. Go get one of them and say, we're going to take this down. We're going to do good. We're going to have it meets the 4 tests, and we're going to go get them. Everyone knows we need more revenue to build roads. I called Lane Grigsby occasion, go call Robert Bowe at Bowe Brothers. I asked them to build a road for free. They hung up on me. I mean, I said, no, really, we really need it. Okay, any other questions?
Jim, I want to thank you for your comments today and at the Power Breakfast, and I want all my fellow Rotarians to know, as probably the only Metro Council person here, don't everyone call me. I'm on the same page Jim is on.
Okay, well, let me ask you a real quick question.
Solutions.
Are you going to raise your hand and allow us to vote if we want to increase our taxes for new roads?
Absolutely.
Okay, we got one vote.
I was one of the the ones that vote.
I understand, but now we got you on TV, on record and everything.
You had me on TV that night also. But I would welcome from any of them, and from Jim in particular, because I've talked to him about trying to meet with him and discuss some of these issues, any of the solutions, because I hear too many voices tell me, I'm tired of paying taxes when most of the people that benefit from what I'm doing and paying taxes for don't pay taxes. And
Well, let me address that
to
real
me
quick.
is
People in Baton Rouge,
impossible.
they're okay with paying taxes. Jim, how can you say that? I'm not okay with it. I don't like paying any. But anyway, we've had 4 tax elections that's been successful in Baton Rouge. Really, everybody says, oh, we never had a tax election that was successful. Not true. Not true. Last time, 4 times Breck needed more money, it was yes every time, because they think they get good value. Now, we're gonna have roads be built. We need to make sure that the money goes to roads and doesn't kind of slink off to somebody's camp and pave the way to somebody's favorite duck hunting camp or something like that. You know how that, oops, we had to get the vote. You know, we're not gonna get somebody's vote because we're gonna go along to get along. We're gonna say this is what's required. Independent engineers said these are the roads that work. I'm sorry it's not in front of your duck camp, but this is what we're gonna do. Plain and simple. Now, every poll shows that everybody's prepared to pay a little bit more for gasoline to have better roads. But we need to make sure we get those better roads rather than just where'd the money go. Okay? Thank y'all. Have a good day.
Meeting adjourned.